and subtracting. Now we will talk about adding and subtracting integers rules. The circles means values or integers, and the bigger value or the bigger circle means bigger in value. Here we have two numbers with different sign, so we have to subtract and the result should be positive. For the second rule, different in sign also. Two numbers or two integers are different in sign, but the bigger value have the negative sign. We have to subtract and the result is negative. And the last one, the first number is positive and the second number also is positive, because negative is when follows by another negative, this means positive. So we have the same signs, we have to add them. Okay, now adding integers rules. If we have two integers with the same sign, we have to add them and the result is positive. And also again, two integers with the same sign, negative, negative, we have to add them and the sign in the result is negative. Here we have different in signs, but the bigger value is positive, so we have to subtract them and the answer or the result is positive number. The last rule, we have also positive and negative, different in signs, but the bigger numbers have the negative sign, so we have to subtract them and the result is negative on the answer. Now talking about adding and subtracting like fractions. What's the meaning of like fractions? Like fractions means we have like denominators or common denominators like these. 1/4 plus 1/4. 4 is common between the first fraction and the second fraction. The result is 2/4. We have only to add the numerators. Also here, 7/8 from the pizza minus 2/8 equals 5/8. Only we have to subtract the numerators. Let's take another example. Look at this example. 3/8 plus 2/8 equals, we have only to add the numerators. So 3 plus 2 equals 5 because we have common denominators 8. Another example, 7/15 minus 4/15. So the common denominator is 15. Only make the operations of the numerators. So 7 minus 4 equals 3. And the 3/15 is not in lowest term. We have to divide the numerator and the denominator by the number 3 to get the lowest end term or lowest term of a fraction, 1/5. Another example, negative 7/5 minus 3/5 equals, so we have a common denominators 5, so we will do the operations only on the numerators. Negative means you have the same sign integers, so we have to add them and the result should be negative. To get negative 10/5 equals equals negative 2. Now adding and subtracting unlike fractions. Well, unlike fractions means fractions with different denominators. So we will use the LCM of different denominators. Example, work out 1/3 plus 1/6 equals. The solution, we have to list the multiples of both numbers 3 and 6. So the multiples of the number 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, etc. And the multiples of the number 6 are 6, 12, 16, 24, 30, and go on. Now, the least common multiple between the two multiples of 3 and 6 is 6. So, we have to change 3, the denominator, into 6. Only you can multiply the numerator of 1 over 3 and the denominator of the same fraction by 2 to get 2 over 6 plus 1 over 6 equals 3 over 6 and goes to the simplest form 1 over 2 or half. Now take another example. Look at the first circle. This circle gives the fraction 3 over 4 plus the second circle 1 over 8 and this equals to 7 over 8 as you see from the charts. We have to list all the multiples of the number 4 and the number 6 and take the least common multiple between them. So I will list here 4 and 8 and the following factor is 12 and 16 and go on. Okay, now for the number 6, what are the multiples for the number 6 to get or to take the least common multiple? 6 and 12. After 12 we have 18 and 24 and go on. Okay, now what is the least common multiple between the two numbers, the multiples of 4 and the multiples of 6? As we see, 12 is a common multiple and the least common multiple between them. So we have to change 4 into 12 and 6 also into 12 by multiplying 3 and 4 by 3. So we have here 3 times the numerator 3. So this is the 10. Okay, 3 times 3 over 4 times 3. Why? Because we have to change the denominator 4 into 12 times 3 plus the second fraction. We will multiply. Okay, I will erase all these because there is no space. So we know 12 is a common multiple or the least common multiple between the two numbers 4 and 6. So again, take the pencil. 1 times which number? We have to multiply times 2 over 6 times 2. So 3 times 3 equals 9 over 12 plus 1 times 2 equals 2 over 12 to get the answer. So 9 is positive and 2 is positive, so when we have two numbers in the same sign we have to add them, and the result as the two numbers are positive, so the answer is positive. So the answer is 11 over 12. Okay, now let's work another example. 2 over 3 minus 1 over 2. So again we have to find the least common multiple between the two numbers 3 and 2. List the multiples for each number. I will use a pencil. So the multiples of number 2 are, I will write here 2 and 4, 6, 8, 8, so it's big, and 12, 10, sorry, and continue. Okay, now the number 3, multiples of number 3 are 3, 6, 9, 6, continue, and 9, and 12, and continue. Now the least common multiple between the two numbers, or the multiples of the number 2 and the multiples of the number 3 are or is 6. So we have to change the denominator 3 into 6 and the denominator 2 into 6. So by multiplying 3 by 2 up and down, and multiplying 2 by 3 up and down. So I will write here 2 times, we need 2 to change the denominator 3 into 6. So we will multiply the numerator and the denominator by the number 2. Minus, to change the denominator 2 into 6, we have to multiply up and down by the number 3. So 1 times 3 over 2 times 3. Now the answer for the first fraction, 2 times 2 equals 4 over 6 minus 1 times 3 equals 3 over 6. Now 4 minus 3 equals 1 over 6. This is the last answer. 1 over 6 is the answer for adding or subtracting 2 over 3 minus 1 over 2. Now work another example. Negative 7 over 10 plus 7 over 15. Again, we have to list all the multiples of the two denominators 10 and 15. So I will list only the first number on multiples, 10. So the other number or the second number is 20 and 30. After that, 40. And go on. Now 15, the multiples of 15 are, if you multiply by 2 to get 30, and multiply by 3 to get 45, and if you multiply by 4 to get 60, and go on. Now the least common multiple between the two numbers 10 and 15 is 30. As we see, this is a common number between the multiples of 10 and the multiples of 15, which is least. So we have to change here 10 into 30 and 15 also into 30. So I will now to change 10 into 30, we have to multiply 10 by 3. So negative 7 times 3 3 over 10 times 3 plus, for the second number 7. So we have to multiply the numerator and denominator of this fraction by 2 to change 15 into 30. So 7 times 2 over 15 times 2. So to get the answer, negative 7 times 3, negative 21 over 30. Plus 7 times 2 equals 14 over 30. The answer will be, now we have negative 21. This is negative number but bigger in value, and plus 14. So if we have two numbers with different in sign, we have to subtract them, and the answer should be depending on the bigger in value. So the answer will be negative, and we have to subtract 21 minus 14 equals 7, negative 7 over 30. Thank you.